Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at 2 chapters in the New Testament because I messed up the schedule. I somehow missed an entire week. I could explain it, but it would just be a bunch of excuses, so we're all going to pay the price and do 2 chapters together this morning. We're going to look at chapters 19 and 20. Matthew chapter 19 and 20 really actually kind of go together. They sit back to back for a reason. Together, these 2 chapters press in on some uncomfortable ideas, an uncomfortable question. What do we cling to when Jesus asks for trust? Think about that for a minute. What is the thing you grab hold of when Jesus tells you to trust him? In chapter 19, people bring children to Jesus, and the disciples try to send them away. Jesus stops them. The kingdom of heaven, he says, belongs to people like these, those with no leverage, no resume, no religious credentials. And then comes a wealthy man asking how to gain eternal life. Jesus eventually tells him to sell what he owns and give to the poor. The man walks away saddened by this encounter, not because Jesus was unclear, but because the cost felt simply too high. That moment lands pretty heavy. Jesus comments on how difficult wealth can make trust, not because money is evil, but because it gives us the illusion of control. Peter then immediately wonders out loud what everyone else is thinking quietly. We left everything, so what about us? Which leads directly into chapter 20. Jesus tells a story about workers hired at different times of the day who all receive the same pay. The ones who worked longest are furious. It just seems to be unfair to them. And that's exactly the point. The story challenges the idea that God runs on merit charts and hourly wages. Grace disrupts our spreadsheets. It refuses to be earned the way we're used to earning things. Then, once again, Jesus predicts his coming suffering and death right before James and John's mother asks if her sons can sit at the very top of Jesus' future kingdom hierarchy. Timing is pretty significant. Jesus responds by redefining greatness. Power in his kingdom doesn't look like climbing to the top. It rather looks like serving from the bottom. Leadership is not about being above others. It's about pouring yourself out for them. Matthew 20 closes with 2 blind men calling out for mercy while the crowd tries to silence them. Jesus stops anyway. He listens and he heals. Put together, these chapters form a bit of a pattern. Children welcomed, wealth questioned, workers paid equally, leaders told to serve, outsiders restored. Matthew 19 and 20 ask whether we're willing to release our grip on status, fairness as we define it, and security long enough to consider a different way of being human. Thanks for spending these 3 minutes with me. Be well, friends.